Hey everyone, welcome to T-Bolt TV. Before we get started on today's episode, I first just want to say, I hope you guys are being safe and healthy right now during these crazy times with the whole coronavirus situation that's going on right now during this quarantine. And, due to that, I feel as a real estate agent, we're shifting a lot from in-person contact, obviously, to now more of a virtual setting. And I want to make a quick video today to teach you guys how to utilize Zoom in particular to be able to set up some meetings for your clients and even new clients, such as doing a listing presentation or switching over to virtual walkthroughs when it comes to showing a buyer around, or vice versa. So without further ado, I want to get right into the video. I'm going to flip the screen over so you'll be able to look at my screen, and I'll be able to walk you through the whole process, start to finish, and I really hope this video helps add value to you and helps you in your business further during this time. Thank you. All right, everyone, so now we're looking at the computer screen, and now this is where I'm going to start doing a step-by-step process on how to get started with Zoom and getting that whole meeting set up so you can do your listing presentations or just a virtual tour. And also, too, if you're not in real estate, this is a really good video, too, just to show you how to exactly get a meeting set up if you're still trying to get that set up. And so, without further ado, let's get going. So, as you can see, this is the Zoom homepage right here. And all we're going to have to do is simply go where it says sign up. It's free. All you have to do is click that, and it will pull up a little verification thing. And you put a, say, for instance, we just do a fake date real quick just to get you to the next step. Might not be old enough. Here. Then you're just going to have to put in a work email, and simply it'll send you an email just asking you to click on it to confirm your email is legit, and then you can easily sign in. Or you can do what I did, which I find pretty easy, is just sign in with Google, and from there just sign to your Gmail account that you have set up, and then you can go right into the platform and start using it. So let me get signed in real quick, and we'll move on to the second part. All right, everybody, so now that I'm signed in, you're gonna notice on the Zoom website, it's gonna look a little different now. So in the top right corner, there's gonna be three things you can click on. It'll be join a meeting, host a meeting, and then my account. And now when it comes to what we're gonna be doing, which is scheduling a meeting, you're just gonna click on my account, and then it's gonna pull up your account, go to meetings over here on the left, and then you can schedule a new meeting. So this is what obviously this video is for, so this is what we're gonna be doing. So we're gonna schedule a new meeting. It's gonna bring you up to the settings on how we're gonna set it up. So the first thing is just the topic. So this is gonna be like the subject. So when you send it out to someone, they're gonna know what the meeting's for, and like obviously a subject line. So for this thing, we can just do virtual tour, since it's more towards real estate. But obviously too, if you're in any other business, this definitely can help you, as it can be used for multi things, for doing any other presentations or trying to set up a group thing with your friends or anything. So next thing is on it is the description. Personally, I've never used it because most of the time when I send this out, people know why I'm sending it. So I don't really need to add description. But if you want to do that, feel free to do it. As far as when, this is when you schedule it. It's almost 7, so we can just set it up here for today at 7 o'clock. Duration. So duration is something where it varies based on your account. I have a free account and I have no problems with it. It gets you up to 40 minutes of the Zoom meeting before it closes it, and I find that 40 minutes typically offers enough time for me to really get it done and to get through everything in the presentation. Now if you do want longer meetings, so it goes more than 40 minutes, you'll have to look into the pricing options, and maybe you have to pay for a monthly subscription, but I find 40 minutes is good and it works out fine. Then you can set up your time zone here. I'm in Eastern, so obviously I'm having an Eastern. And then here's a little reoccurring meeting. Obviously for what we're doing, I don't typically click reoccurring, because that just means that, say, every Monday at 7 o'clock, you have the same meeting with people. Then I would check it. But for this, typically it's a one-time deal, so I'll just leave that unchecked. As far as meeting ID, I would just do generate automatically. I don't know the difference between personal meeting ID and just generate automatically. Generate automatically works fine for me. Meeting password, so this is just obviously another level of security when it comes to setting up a Zoom meeting. For the appointments and presentation and tours, I do tend to add a meeting password. I just write something quick, up the name of the address or anything, really, that will just make it a little more secure. For this, I'll just leave it what it has right here. And as far as video settings, so these are just set for the host and participants. So when they join the meeting, it will either, for right now, it's turned on off. So that means when you join the meeting, you'll have an option of turning your video on. So, it gives people on the other end time to, fix your hair, make your shirt look straighter, or whatever you want to do before joining a meeting. I leave them off just for that reason. And if you have it on, it just means when you click join, the camera will automatically be on their side. So I just have it as off so they can turn it on when they seem fit. As far as audio goes, I just do both. So this way, if you're connecting to a phone or a computer, then you'll be able to just turn it on and it works for both. As far as meeting options, I typically will just enable waiting room, and I'll break down all 4 of these real quick. So as far as enable to join before host, that just means say we have the meeting set up, they can click on the link and join it before you do. For what I do and use it for, I want to be the first one on to make sure everything's smooth, and then that's where the waiting room comes in. So that means when they click on the link, they will join a waiting room after they enter the password, and then I can just easily click accept, and it makes the whole transition a lot easier. And as far as mute participants upon entry, that just means say you're having a huge meeting and people are joining in left and right and you don't want them to forget to mute, you can do this so they're already muted. I'll leave it unchecked because most of the time it's smaller groups, so it's okay if they talk. And then as far as recording me automatically on the computer, I don't check that because I don't typically need to record them, but you can easily, if you do decide to record it in the meeting versus having it already set up. But once you have all the settings done, you're just gonna click save, and it's going to bring us to the overall meeting. So this is something where it gets important when it comes to sharing your meeting. So right now it's all created, and you can either add to your calendars, and it shows it to your meeting ID. And this is important for people who you're inviting so they can join. And it shows the password right here. Obviously it's a random one. You can customize it as you seem fit. And then down here is the join URL. So this is important. So I do copy the invitation. And this way it shows you a little pre-default text message where you can just easily copy the meeting invite. It copies the whole thing. And now you can go in, and I have a Mac, so I just text it to myself and I send it out to people, or I'll just take it here and go on email and just easily email it out to people so they have the access to the link. And obviously when you're looking at the meeting invitation, it does tell you the topic so they know what they're doing, the time so they know when to be on it, along with the link, the meeting ID, and the password, so there's no confusion on their part. And then as far as everything goes, it just will show you the settings you have enabled so you're aware on what to expect when people are joining. And then another thing to note, so obviously when you're setting up a meeting, say it's tomorrow at 7 o'clock, what you're gonna wanna do is go on your meetings again, right here, and you'll see now that it's scheduled. And this way you can see, for instance, today it's set today at 7 p.m. virtual tour meeting ID. And so what you're gonna have to do is, I like to get on like 5 minutes early. I'll just go on and click start. And by clicking start, you'll open the meeting and you'll get everything going on their end. And that way the link will become live and your participants or people you're trying to do the meeting with will be able to join. And you just sit there and wait. And other than that, your meeting will be all set up, people will join, and there's how to schedule your meeting from the first step to the end. It's a great tool to use on Zoom, whether you're trying to do anything. This is more toward real estate because that's the industry I'm in, but feel free to use it for anything else. I hope this video helps, and thank you for watching.